Like the toxic ex that you just can't let go of. I keep on coming back to you, baby. But hey, at least you don't give me heartache.
Food for the tasteless.
Huh, I can't taste.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Food for the Tasteless. I know that chips for one right after the other is probably not the best thing, but we gotta start somewhere, don't we? We got them here all the way from the East Coast, the sea salt and vinegar chips from Cape Cod. These chips are like a laundry service for your insides. They're gonna get all the stains out, believe me. And unlike the bleach that our good old ex-president told us to drink, this is actually edible. I mean, come on. But anyways, enough about has-beens. From what I can tell, Cape Cod, the company, has been around since the 1980s, and they seem to be pretty successful. Where are my facts to back that up? Absolutely nowhere. I've done zero research except look up the company name on Wikipedia and find out where they're from. Hyannis, Massachusetts. But anyways, they've made it all the way out west, so I'm assuming that they're probably pretty successful.
Get on with it!
Alright, you don't have to yell, let's get on with the review. Do you guys remember being a kid and scalding your tongue off with a bag of sour Skittles? Well, just like we all have to grow up and pick up a bottle of the heavy stuff to make it through the day, these are the replacement for that childhood bag of goodness. So the first thing I want to do is talk about the design of this bag. I think that it's striking in its own way. You definitely get that Massachusetts vibe, Boston, with this aquamarine blue coloring right here. And this bag looks like it belongs in Robert Eggers' The Lighthouse.
You don't like me cooking?
I sure do, Willem Dafoe, I sure do. And I love everything else about you too. But yeah, it really sets the tone, it really sets the mood for what you're about to enjoy. You know, the bag with the little house and lighthouse, it really makes me feel like I'm sitting on the edge of the coast waiting for my long lost love to return. Man, I've been waiting a long time. And then if you look down here in the lower left corner, they actually show you a map of how to get to the factory so you can take a tour. I want to take the Cape Cod factory tour. I don't want to take the Lay's tour. I mean, do they even offer tours? I mean, probably, yeah, they do. They have to. But whatever, I don't want to take their tour. I want to take the Cape Cod tour, and I want to see how this chip is made. So we'll open up this bag, take the first smell test, and then get into the pros and cons of this particular chip. I have absolutely no idea how to describe what I'm smelling. Like, the ingredients are so simple, it should just immediately come to me, but I have potato. Yeah, that's all I'm picking up. I'm not smelling any of the vinegar. It's like it's not even there. That is the extent of my nose right now. So let's get in this first bite and talk about the pros of this chip. Here we go. So I want to say right off the bat that this chip strikes a really nice balance between the salt and the vinegar. It's not going to be overpowering. For example, if you eat the Lay's chips, they are heavily skewed over towards the vinegar side. You're going to burn a hole through your tongue before you get a quarter of the way through the bag. It is very overpowering, and some people like that. Sometimes I'm in the mood for that too, but just if you're trying to find the nice balance, these chips are the way to go. So these chips are handing out a couple of extra benefits that you may not have thought about. Being from the East Coast, and Massachusetts especially, they're gonna toughen up your skin. That vinegar is gonna seep into your bones. You're gonna be a little bit of an asshole after eating this bag of chips. And that's a good thing, okay? I'm not knocking you. I'm saying this is a pro. You're gonna end up being a little bit tougher, a little bit more thick-skinned. You're gonna be a little angrier. Maybe you're gonna yell a little bit more, you know? You're gonna be a little bit more expressive. You're gonna be more of an active individual in the community in the way of perhaps getting arrested, perhaps getting into bar fights, things like that, you know? And again, these are pluses, okay? They make you a more interesting person. I think you're gonna really round yourself out as a character after eating this bag of chips. A little bit of that Boston energy really goes a long way, okay? You eat a bag of these, maybe you get that brain blast you've always been waiting for, you get a little bit of the Goodwill Hunting thing going on, you start solving math problems.
It's not your fault.
I don't know. You know what? I don't know. Anything could happen. These are pros that I've seen and observed and that people just don't talk about in food reviews enough, okay? That's all I'm saying. Alright, now let's address some of the cons of this chip. So just like with any good science class, you have to be careful when playing with acid, kids. If you eat too many of these, you're gonna burn a hole in your tongue. Whether it's the Lay's, whether it's these, it doesn't matter. Vinegar is vinegar. Be careful. Just like any good drug user, you gotta build your tolerance up and then hit the higher peaks of eating the entire bag or 3/4 of the bag, whatever it may be. Start off slow with these, and if you're going with the Lay's, again, be very careful. They're gonna eviscerate your tongue. Robert Eggers' The Lighthouse. Robert Egger, I know how you wrote that movie.
You're fond of me lobster, ain't you?
You had too many of these, it swindled your mind, and all of a sudden you end up in this nightmare landscape in the lighthouse. The lighthouse. And people are losing their freaking minds, okay? That's what happened to you. I know it is. You can't deny it. I figured it out. These are the facts as I see them. You start losing your mind. You might wake up in a shed in the middle of an island, masturbating furiously to a mermaid, and you don't know how the hell you got there. You don't know what's going on. These chips aren't for everybody at the beginning. Take it slow. As you can tell, I'm a very big fan of this chip. Whether it induces psychotic episodes or not, I highly recommend them. I think everybody should pick up a bag, go slowly, like I said, start eating them, start introducing them to your friends and everybody else, and eventually they're going to become a staple of your diet. But anyways, that's been it. This has been Food for the Tasteless, another episode of the books. Thank you guys for watching. And remember, I'm tasteless, so you don't have to be. Peace.
You're fond of me lobster.